Have you ever wondered how it is that some people can continually level up while others stay stuck? I felt stuck for years, and I kept asking this question. Now I know the answer. But what if I told you the issue has nothing to do with effort, but everything to do with alignment? You see, we've been lied to. We've been told that if you just work harder, success will follow. But the research on this is pretty clear. Hard work is not enough. So let's get real and talk about what actually needs to be aligned in order to unlock a higher level of achievement. Hello there. I am Dr. Laura Miner, a board-certified leadership coach who is completely obsessed with self-leadership. And I created this channel to help you cultivate your inner leader for massive outer impact. Why? Because I have seen and personally experienced the difference that self-leadership makes. It's the science of self-leadership that helps us understand how a person can, on one hand, feel so driven, yet on the other, still find themselves stuck. And simply working harder doesn't get them unstuck. No, this happens by aligning 3 core pillars in your life. The first is how you think, or your cognitive processes. This is all about your beliefs surrounding what you believe is possible, as well as the stories that you tell yourself, often without even realizing it. The second is how you act, or your behavioral patterns. This is about how you turn intentions into real actions and the habits and behaviors that move you forward. And third is how you motivate and energize yourself. These are your internal drivers. They are what keep you engaged and in momentum, even on those days when you're just not feeling it. And when how you think, how you act, and how you motivate yourself are all aligned, things start to fall into place and you begin creating the impact that you're striving for. This idea of alignment is backed by decades of research in self-leadership theory. And leadership scholars like John Nichols describe it as aligning your head, your heart, and your hands. When these 3 are aligned, we thrive. We feel focused and confident, and we're in motion. But when even one of these is out of balance, that's when we can start to feel stuck or feel like we've hit a wall. It's why you might know exactly what you should be doing, yet you struggle to take that action. Or why you're constantly busy, but feel disconnected from any real sense of fulfillment. Or why you're passionate about your goals, but somehow can't translate that passion into consistent progress. This is not a character flaw, it's an alignment problem. By the way, if this is resonating and you yourself have felt this pain before, or you've seen it in somebody that works for you or that you work with, would you hit that thumbs up and let me know? I want to make sure that I am sharing information that serves and supports you, and the like button is a really good way to convey that to me. Okay, so back to self-leadership. The research on this is clear. When you align how you think, how you act, and how you motivate yourself, you are able to unlock real, sustainable success. So in a few minutes, I'm going to walk you through an exercise to put this to the test for yourself. But first, I want to share a story so you can see what this looks like in practice. I have a client who this person is incredibly talented. They have years of experience and tons of success stories that they're able to share. But they had reached a point where just doing the work wasn't enough anymore. They wanted to take everything they'd learned, package their unique approach, and launch an academy to help others achieve the same results. But every time they tried to move forward, they hit a wall. And it quickly became evident that the problem was not talent or commitment. They had both of those in spades. But what they didn't have was alignment. Their three pillars were out of whack, leaving them stuck and spinning their wheels. Now, first, their thinking, it was getting in their way. Their beliefs were so focused on potential failure instead of looking at possibility. And the stories running in the back of their mind on autopilot were feeding on their fears instead of fueling their courage. Now, second, their behaviors, they were scattered and reactive. They were really busy, just not with the types of activities that would actually lead to the launch of the academy. They needed clarity so that they could act accordingly. And third, because of these struggles, their motivation was waning. They were so in their own head that they'd lost their connection to the bigger purpose behind the academy. So we worked on aligning all three pillars. We challenged and reframed the limiting beliefs and replaced them with evidence based thinking. We broke the project into small strategic steps and then created clear, manageable action plans so that they could get the results they wanted. And finally, we reignited their connection to their why. We got them back to center on why the academy mattered and the potential impact it could create for others. And this alignment, it changed everything. Because here's the truth. When your head believes it's possible, and when your hands know exactly what steps to take, and when your heart is connected to the bigger why, that's when things start moving. That is when you stop spinning your wheels and start building real results. And that is what self-leadership is all about. So, if you're wondering how can you implement this in your own life, I have a simple exercise for you to try. I call it the alignment audit. And all you need is a piece of paper and something to write with. So, to get started, I want you to think of one area in your life right now where you are feeling stuck. This could be maybe a career move you've been avoiding, or perhaps you've got a project that is stalled out, or maybe even a personal goal that you keep putting off. Write that down. Then, keeping that challenge front and center, I want you to audit your three pillars by answering these questions. First, how are you thinking about this challenge? Are the stories in your head focused on possibility? Are they growth oriented? Or do you see any signs of them being less constructive? Maybe they're focused on fear or self doubt, or maybe they're wrapped around a limiting belief. Now, second, I want you to explore, what do your actions around this issue look like? Are you taking consistent, intentional steps forward? Do you have the clarity you need to take action? Or do you maybe see some less supportive behaviors getting in your way? Maybe you find yourself procrastinating or staying busy with the wrong things. And finally, number three, how are you motivating yourself? Are you connected to a deeper reason for wanting to get unstuck? Is there a deeper why or a purpose driving it? Or are you just trying to push it forward with sheer force? Maybe you're just going through the motions, but your heart isn't really in it. Now, once you've looked at the questions surrounding those three pillars and you've got your answers on paper, I want you to take a step back and reflect on your answers. Oftentimes, the very simple act of deliberately filtering our challenges through the lens of the three pillars reveals exactly where the misalignment is happening. And the moment you spot this gap, you have just taken the first step toward closing it because suddenly you're armed with the insights to be able to take action and change your outcome. Just remember, though, a word of caution. Exercises like this, they're not about perfection. They are about curiosity and gently bringing yourself back into alignment so that you can recalibrate and move yourself forward. So give this alignment audit a go. And if you like tools and exercises like this, the kind that help you level up your leadership in life, then be sure to hit that subscribe button as well, because I have a lot more coming. Now, if you are asking yourself whether or not now is the right time for you to be focused on your self leadership, then I want you to watch this video next for 10 clear signs that it just might be. I will see you there soon, my friend.